Time for Big Game Breakdown. As always, live odds, sportsbookreview.com. Spurs hit the road to take on the T-Wolves. Spurs 5, 205.5 the total. Spurs were laying 4 at Mini December 6th, won 105.91. Laying 12 at home January 17th, won 122 to 114. And March 4th, they were laying 7.5 and won by 7 in overtime at home. The T-Wolves led by 9 in the fourth quarter. The gang's all here for the Spurs. Parker back, Aldridge back, but Pop still tinkering with the rotation, Teddy.
Yeah, sure. You know, he's all of a sudden using Dewayne Dedmon as a starting center, Davis Bertans as a starting center over the last 2 games. I have to wonder if Pau Gasol is going to move into that spot before the playoffs. And, of course, now we have Tony Parker, someone who we've kind of been criticizing a little bit this year, finally accepting his new role, which is to be a second-tier player. Quote, "It's not my job anymore to try and be a scorer or to try and be aggressive. I just have to take whatever it is for me. Sometimes I'll take 3, 4 shots. Sometimes I'll take 10 shots. It depends on the games. It depends on how Kawhi and LA, LaMarcus Aldridge, how they're rolling and stuff like that. I can't focus on one-on-one matchups with Westbrook and Curry because that's not my job anymore. I just want to try and do whatever I can to be the best that I can in whatever Pops wants me to do now. And if ever there is a statement of the San Antonio Spurs culture, that's it from Tony Parker, what Greg Popovich has installed in that organization, second to none at the NBA level."
Spurs came out of the break with wins and covers against the Lakers and Clippers at the Staples Center. Since then, 3-8 ATS. 1 cover against the Kings on the second of back-to-backs. 1 cover against the Warriors. Kerr said, everybody, you know about that game on the Saturday night. And 1 cover by 1 point against the Hawks that we talked about earlier that have been falling apart. 4 straight overs. So the defensive decline as Pop tinkers with the rotations. The T-Wolves running a playoff spot, all but finished. 0-3 straight up in ATS on that road trip. And the defense got shredded for 117, 123, and 123. 4 straight overs, too. Here's Tibbs, quote, "The game is in the balance. You've got a chance to win in the fourth, and you let go of the rope, and that's what happens. So there's not much fight. If the game's in the balance, you got to make tough plays. We didn't do it. It's not going to change by itself. We got to get it right," end quote. So now you just wonder if we're not making the playoffs. What are we going to get out of this group the rest of the way, as they couldn't defend at all on that road trip?
Yeah, and I have even though you have a feel, you know, for a team like Minnesota that probably just blew their last chance to realistically to make a run at a playoff spot. Not that they're going to say to themselves, we have no chance anymore, but somewhere these guys know it. So you look at teams like that, and in general, they're not teams I'm looking to support over the final month of the NBA season. But when you get a game like this, a statement game, sometimes a step-up game, you get somebody good coming into your house, those are the type of games that teams like Minnesota tend to treat like playoff games, especially, and again, it's not revenge is not a huge revenge here, but there is a revenge angle with the overtime loss to the Spurs, a game that they led in the fourth quarter in San Antonio earlier this month. I don't think this is one of those spots that Minnesota lays down. That being said, I'm not convinced they can get stops. This is a game that we'll talk about again later in the show.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.